Yeah, welcome back to my channel. Disclaimer, these are my thoughts and opinions, and also I swear I don't script anything that I do. And what I've got for today's video is Muller Corner. Let's see where we go with that, shall we? So if you're a fan of random as fuck chit chat natter where things may or may not come up, like most cool things I end up saying usually end up about 20 minutes in. If you can stomach that stuff, please consider subscribing, because I could do with a few, let's face it. Anyways, right, so today I'm going to have a little bit of a moan, and I should imagine there will be people who are like, oh, people like you, always bloody moaning. Why can't you just see the fun in stuff, you know, bread and circuses and all that fandango? But this, like last night, I don't know where we go. I do know where it came from. I ate a Muller Corner. In fact, I had two. It reminded me of the Muller Corner advert. There is a Muller Corner advert where there is a teacher and she's sitting in the school dining hall surrounded by children. And she goes to lick the lid of her Muller Corner and says, in her own head, no, of course, I want to lick all the creamy yogurt from every square inch of this. It makes me feel sick. Now, if it makes you feel sick, if you feel that something's slightly off with this fucking advert, please feel free to leave a comment, because it can't just be me, right? It may just be me, but the bastards who are fucking pulling the strings will definitely know. Yeah, I want to lick the creamy. It's sat in amongst a room full of children. She is speaking about yogurt in a sexual fashion. Then she's like, oh no, but then their parents will find out. They'll draw pictures of me. There was a bit that wasn't actually on YouTube when I actually went and Googled the advert to look at it again. And there's a bit in there that I'd never seen before where it's like, oh, they'll, I'll maybe turn into a reclusive stamp collector and they'll call me and some lads go by going, Miss Licks a lot. And it's like, right, I am no prude, right? Except in certain circumstances, right? It's like I have a very varied and interesting look on take. I'm a freak twixt the sheets, basically, right? Yeah, and I'm single, guys and girls. Fucking Ada. This is going totally the wrong way, ain't it? But I'll keep going. We'll plod along. Like I said, we ain't scripted here. So she's speaking in this sexual tone and she's surrounded by children. And then, bugger me, she looks over and the kids are into it too. So she can then lick away. Like, yeah, let's all lick, me and the kids. Now, you got to remember that a teacher is just a human being, right? They're no God. They haven't got, they've been taught how to teach, not how to be human, right? Teachers come into the same category as policemen and the military, for example. The whole court system is just shit that is designed to control us. Teachers fuck up with kids' head, as we saw in 2020 and 2021, and they don't care what they're doing to kids' heads because they need the paycheck, and all they care about is that they can pay their mortgage. They don't, I'm sure some of them disagree with what they have to put children through. Surely one of them, as I've said, my ex is a teaching assistant. It's one of the reasons that we broke up. I watched him every single year put the same thing into kids' heads. Every year. The 8-year-olds had to believe this at this certain age. And it started out, my son, I took him out of school when he was 8. He'd already done wars. He'd already done giants and castles. By the age of 8, he'd been dressed up as a wounded soldier being tended by Florence Nightingale. Do you know what I mean? War was already in there before the age of 8. And of course, he came home roaring at the age of 4 and a half, roaring to me because he'd been told as fact by somebody saying it for a wage packet on the orders of these bastards who wrote the fucking Bible in the first place that Jesus died a horrible, horrible death and that it was my son's fault. That he couldn't do anything about it. He came home at the age of 4 and a half, roaring because he'd been told that Jesus died for him. And it was brutal. It was blood everywhere. To a fucking child. A little one at that. And that's what these people do. And I've been into that school when I was with my ex. He's arranged meetings for me with the headmaster, with other teachers. This other teacher, she's like, I don't believe in it either. Because, Noah's Ark. It's like, okay, penguins, come on. Right, penguins in the Middle East. She's like, I don't agree with it either, but I've got to teach it because it's on the curriculum. And who writes the curriculum? The same bastards who wrote the fucking Bible. Anyways, not a fucking lover of the teaching profession. I was fucked up by it too. And those teachers didn't know what they were being made to be a part of for money either. This actress licking suggestively in front of children the whole, oh God, I'm such a pervert. The kids all laugh at me. The parents all fucking laugh at me. Oh no, the kids are fucking perverts too. Let's all lick together. It's subliminal messaging. Now, I appreciate that there's going to be people who are like, oh, fuck off, you're reading too much into why has everything got to be a conspiracy theory? But those people don't watch my videos, to be fair. They just sort of pretend that I don't exist. And that's fine. That's fine. I ain't going to make you watch my videos. I ain't going to make you subscribe. I ain't going to say sharing is caring because it might well be not my bag. I do not expect anything from anybody but to give me your time and attention. And so, if you've got something nasty to say, I'd rather you kept it to yourself. But if you think I'm onto something here, I'd really like to not be the only person that's seeing this. Now, another thing that I don't... Now, right, okay. So, them bastards who control the media and everything, right? One thing that I like them the least for is that the majority of them are raging pedos. Now, for years, what they do is they will let us see certain things. At the minute, there's the transgender thing. A lot of these people turn up at Parliament with their stockings under their business suit because their mistress has ordered them to do so, and they get all erect by it. Perversions. The further you walk, the dirtier the perversions go. At the top, you've got, cross-dressers, but kink fetish cross-dressers. You've got pedos are fucking high. You've got cannibals the further up you go. Like, these people are sick. We're just bred to not look at them because we're looking around at each other. But they do tell us how we've got to behave. So Sam Smith, it's like that takes away the Beyonce thing, single ladies dancing in her pants. There's a video that I've shared loads on Facebook of a Masonic lodge, a secret recording inside a Masonic lodge, and all these wrinkly old fucking white dudes just sat there leering over this woman wearing pretty much what Beyonce was wearing in Single Ladies, dancing in her pants with her fucking legs, all the Madonna stuff. The way that people have to dance in their pants now. You ain't going to get a decent recording career if you don't get your gash out for cash. Like, literally, you will not get up there. You won't get to the Katy Perry standards, the Lizzo standards, unless you are prepared to degrade yourself for the pervy old fat rich white man. What else do the pervy old fat rich white men like? Little kids. And literally, so they are trying to normalise it. They are trying to normalise paedophilia, the LGBTQRSTUP, fucking, as a plus on the end, which encapsulates paedophilia. They wanted, I remember years ago, they not campaigned, but they were wanting to put a P in there so that pedos were classed with gays and lesbians. Do you know, they're fucking with it. And look what they've done to the LGBT community. I ain't putting them rest on that. Sorry, but don't subscribe to it because it came from up there and I don't believe what they fucking tell me I've got to believe. But look what they've done to that now. We've gone so far because they've put it everywhere in the fucking media. We are now at a point where full-grown men are putting fucking high heels on and punching women in the face at rallies. That women have no say on anything to do with womanhood. It's seen as taboo now to be able to tell somebody what a woman is. That's the world that we've fucking got ourselves in. And now they're putting, and I'm sorry, but it made me feel sick. That woman going, sure, I want to lick every bit of creamy yogurt. Fuck off. And she did that. She didn't even know what she was doing. We don't pay fucking attention. Now, another thing that I think is closet paedophilia, play this game on Facebook called Differences. It's a spot the difference game. And quite often there's, like big buildings, like one window's missing this side and whatever. But a lot of them are small children. Just laughing, doing whatever. Now, the differences are never on the face or the genital area or the boobs. But to look at that picture, you have to study in detail pictures of little fucking kids you don't know. And I think that is wrong as well. I mean, it's just a rant about a yogurt. It went a bit far, didn't it? But these bastards need fucking taken down. The world's a fucking shit show. When my mum were little, they had a park over the road from their house. It sounded like fucking Alton Towers, to be fair. And they used to have a man a park keeper who'd got his little shed, and all the kids were friends with this person. You wouldn't allow, nothing like that would be allowed now, because the first thing you'd think is pedo. Because they, for the past few years, have been normalising paedophilia to us in subtle, almost imperceivable ways. And the world is going to hell in a handbasket, and we ain't even fucking paying attention. We ain't even looking. Nobody cares, because we're in a cost of living crisis, and everybody's there wanting to add numbers up, needing desperately to make extra numbers to make their numbers add up. And guess who owns the fucking numbers?